Definitive. Yeah, think of a place where the sky remains pastel blue. A place where only you can master you. And what truly goes up in your heart ain't coming down, never. And the yearn for eternal glory makes you rise when a forecast predict bad weather. And through it all though, the birth of the strong world shall never die. From the seed embedded in the earth, the strongholds provide stability to maintain. Even when the light become dark, they witness the shine of a true monarch. And long live the king, longevity comes from within the soul in the place of thought, which carries the weight of priceless gold, which can never be bought. While others get caught in the cold breath of the wind, and a tree exposes yet another naked limb. Another year rotates, and I guess the weak become frail and beg for spring. What else can they do when the truth decays? Their semi-brave attempt to speak the lie with intent, to lumberjack the waistline of the evergreen family tree. But it's the black fist that holds firm and represents for the year 2003. Definitive.
What up, yo? It's your boy Black once again, and yes, welcome to another exciting episode of what I call Buffet to Black on Throwback Hip Hop Thursdays, whereby we talk about debut albums, okanye EPs that came early 90s to your, early 2000s. Okanye, hey, look, I said I would extend this to maybe like late 2000s. It doesn't really matter. We're talking about debuts, and it's a throwback. That's what we do over here. Buffet to Boy Black coming again on this space on a Thursday. As I promised, this is going to be a fortnight Thursday. But hey, look, man, it seems like it's a norm that I'm always shooting in a car. But hey, look, man, let's just call it a car edition at times, and also whatever that may follow and be after that. But yeah, Buffet, we're here bringing the content that everybody seem to like. I see the numbers. I like that. Buffet, I'm much appreciative of what you guys are doing. Regarding following, okay, subscriptions. I like that. I love that, Buffet. That's what we want. We want to build a community together and spread the love of hip hop music. So yeah, Buffet, without further ado, let me just welcome everybody who's been here with me from Word Jump. You already know who you are, man. Mad respect and mad love. And for those who keep coming back and forth, check back when you already know what to do, Buffet, press the sub button and also the notification bell. We have when's the next episode dropping. Yeah, man, without further ado, it's another group edition, Buffet, and it's local. We're keeping it local. I mean, obviously, the last content was international, but yeah, we're looking at this very magnificent four guys, Buffet, Vaal. Vaal Triangle was, Gauteng, South Gauteng. They go by the name Optical Illusion for the most. Optical Illusion was formed back in '98 with four guys, namely Battlecat, who is a producer / an MC, Logic, a co-founder of this group, which is an MC. Talk about Golden Shower, an MC, and also Utumelo. Okay, he went by Genocide back then. Geno is a rapper and also a vocalist. In particular, when it comes to this album, he contributed both rapping and as a vocalist as well. So yeah, we're taking a look at their album that dropped back in 2003. The album is called The Definitive. Mind you, these dudes would later be signed with Outrageous Records, because I'm pretty sure most of you guys know them from Outrageous Records. But this project specifically, in fact, this was never even their first project. Their first project was dropped between, I think it was late 2000 to early 2001. It was called Thoughts Illustrated. It was sold on the streets with cassette tapes. I don't know if you guys remember that. So yeah, it's really rare to get Buffet. If you have it, you're really lucky to have like a tape Yamachita, that is. But nonetheless, we're taking a look at their second offering, which was an official released album. So this is why I call it, this is what I'm looking at today, The Definitive. Definitive was also, it dropped in 2003 under Catalyst 5. I think Catalyst 5 would have been Klambi, where they used to produce before they were signed on Outrageous Records. I couldn't really get around that because, and one thing I would like to stress out before, South African, you have to be you have to know your story when you're doing research when it comes to South African hip hop music. It's really rare to get it out there. But anyway, we're not talking about that. So The Definitive Its original had like 21 tracks, but if you look it out there on the music platforms today, you get like 18 tracks. So yeah, with that being said, the album was produced, but like I said, they had their own producer, Umjida Battlecat. Battlecat is known for Outrageous Records because he worked with a lot of like artists that were signed under Outrageous Records. You can name the few: Zabs, Proverb, H2O. There's a lot of those dudes, man. But yeah, on this particular album, he was the core producer, or like I said, they formed this group, sort of like the last group that we spoke of. But anyway, 18 tracks you'll get on this album today, which is on your musical streaming platforms. So it's a dope album, I feel too, that also has like a couple of features of known industry, heavyweights. Your To Me from the V, which is talking to today, your Zabs, I'm talking Proverbs, I'm talking X-Rate, On My Way to, just to mention a few. It's a dope album, I feel. Look it out. It's called The Definitive. So this album, like I said, dropped in 2003. Machita, I think I was introduced to La Machita. I used to listen to Metro FM's open mic set with Zach Takila. Zach Takila before Tibo Touch, we had a Zach Takila. Look that dude up. Shout out to Zach, by the way. Yeah, I know he's still into the media space. So shout out to Zach for for showing some love in the hip hop. Yeah, I know they were also on YFM. What do you call it today? I think Rap Activity Jam is on Metro FM. Used to be on YFM with O Skido and them. Yeah, so shout out to that. These are just platforms of hip hop that are always like looking out for South African hip hop, by the way, that I'm just name dropping or whatever. That were way back. That were also available way back. So shout out to Hype Magazine as well. So that was another, material that you could get or can you gather if you were in pursuit of knowing your South African hip hop music. So yeah, man, the album in particular, again, let's go back to the album before I can just derail into easy, which I think are also relevant, by the way. So yeah, like I said, The Definitive consists, if you were to look it up today, it consists of like 18 tracks. I'm just gonna name tracks that were known, tracks like Evergreen.
Lost in an island of talent, gradually feeding on these evergreen leaves of life. Seeds of plants they ripe for a limitless time, quality obtained. Definite fame and I maintain by the hand that waters the soul with the musical rain. Born to absorb natural swords from deep in the soil. We fought various wars for reasons unknown to mankind. Just to balance the golden shovel equation with pure science. When it took time, you short to the climb, but I stay put it on time. Recruited raw minds to a unity of universal sounds that I display in your minds. These evergreen pure rhymes shall bless the earth in no time. Truth and no lies, I am and shall be the element of this illusion in your eyes. Say word. We made it to this level with grace. The ever-flowing synergy of this chosen tribe still circulate in the form of a high-grade spirit of the unknown. Uplifting a broken-hearted artist using these professional flows, classical souls, serving poetical scrolls, bringing life to these evergreen words whenever we blow out. Forever devote myself to these modes, creating poems as Optical encircles the globe, marching in the light of Almighty with mics in the palm. When I rhyme, the sun reflects the golden light from my arm.
In tracks like 100 Times a Mill.
But expect nothing but truth when I'm talking through her. Logic, king of the mountain, like a Presley Bay. Seven MC's heads off and leave them dangling like chandelier. I'm anti-venomous, anti-toxic, sticking out from the mold, cracking your code. Cause the streets be telling me that we thump like a snare, hit your ear on the melody. The rhyme and flow, we got it locked like a felony.
And if to breathe be live, I breathe live into mics and give them a soul to reject, cast and try to tell them.
Logic, which also, the Logic track, by the way, I don't know why I'm specifying about this track, but I think because it's only Logic on that track, if I'm not mistaken. Sort of like Wu-Tang featuring Method Man alone, shit like that.
Ain't nothing to it, but cats act like they can understand that it's logic. Never the meaning of rap. Come
Yo,
on.
good morning. Relax, we know what you've been yearning for. With no interruptions at your front door. Afternoon or late night evening. We're keen to massage your brain with rhythmical healing, appealing to both sexes and they spouse. I'm familiar the most, like out of towns. Walk on tracks and keep my eyes to the ground. Cause the path to the righteous man is full of many mishaps. New millennium and MCs up like quicksands and accurate aiming when they push. Sort of talking on the mic, son, you still miss. Alright, okay, we all got something to say, but I approach it smart with some real skill display. Hey, yo, spray your rhyme off the wall with this graffiti. These cats are scared to tell you the truth, die to pity. Keep you whacking out my side when you getting smacked. And your skirt lifted to prove you ain't gifted. Now all can see, yo, you ain't an MC, man, from dusk to dawn. You could never kick the flow. You just a common copy with nothing new to show.
So yeah, and also the MC, another joint featuring my way to nice, featuring my way to no X-Rate.
And all you bitch rappers say something. I'll forever hold your peace, writing, cracking your scars, chasing rhyming. Man made in clay and foreign languages. My tongue prays, my soul says a phrase like God bless my days, cause I'm the MC. Much to make, I wanna quest to find the line before it's said about. It said this here MC is the rhyming factor. No prank, son, you sing the specimen of a skilled displayer. Shit, I'm ill. From a distant mirror, I'm casting demons out of sinner. And they received by the eyes of a blind dreamer. Get your facts straight. I'm only sharpening skills of these cats. Ain't got the time and energy to waste on beautiful tracks. Call me that cat, that kid. It's how you feel still. I'm the figure that fuck with your mind so you can feel it. Label me an MC if you with me.
MC.
Genocide.
That's the MC.
You label me an MC if you with me.
MC.
True lyricist.
That's the MC.
Yo, my passion for rocking the mics forever lasting. I can't walk away from its magnetic attraction. I'm never choking from my words or half stepping when it's time to make it happen. The truth is, y'all really can't rap, man. You ain't ready for action. See, the battle's just begun. We your first blood from the squatter. Bumble clocks went on. Knuckle dust, my cords get used as a weapon. I strangle them. Have these whack fools in the chokehold. Stone cold with a flow that be deep freezing them. I go deep to find these worlds and let them emerge. Like spurs from ancient burial grounds. My sound pounds. Heavy voltage on your eardrum. Total eclipse through your entire masqueraded entourage. Label me an MC if you love me.
MC.
Logic.
That's the MC.
Label me an MC if you love me.
MC.
True lyricist.
That's the MC.
And also Move It Up, which was on high rotation, because this is the first track, to be honest, the first track that I heard from Amachi that off the definitive.
Yo, fuck this local hip-hop shit. We need to move it up. Tours overseas and shit. We need to hook 'em up. Fuck supporters cause the record is out. SA hip-hop. Global tours. Hook 'em up. Fuck this local hip-hop shit. We need to move it up. Tours overseas and shit. We need to hook 'em up. Fuck supporters cause the record is out. SA hip-hop. Global tours. Hook 'em up.
When I climb the beat now, thank you, man. It's been a while. Entertainment and plot lines with my freestyles. I promise you though, I make this track with your mouth. Just shut the fuck up and witness this perspective. Mic intertwine. In my mind's eye, I seem to see hip hop in people. MCs that inflict body and harm to the art that became a daughter to my freedom. Fuck the superstardom, MCing is played out. Cast any religion and trend. Your days are numbers. You ain't enlightened. And how am I black skin and content? Still I survive the test of time like dumbest wherever I shine. Someone tell me why cast better for props and fame. When there's bigger battles like kids suffering hunger and pain. Don't get offended, black. Yes, I'm saying your West is whack. You carry fancy names to the real. You just bash without flames. It's unbelievable the way these kids look up to all this evil. Yes, sir, I'm saying you killing cash with minds of people on my shoulders marching, carrying the yoke of mankind. I don't mind. I'm fighting ignorance and manful with pride. They lied, gave my sisters drugs and took them for a ride. Now these women prima donnas and for a man they can fight. Sleep right there aside.
The track called Move It Up. Dope ass, sick ass track. You should look at my fair too. And again, let me just finish mentioning the tracks. So it'll be Move It Up. It will be like Keep It Moving. It will be the love in the music. Talking like You and Me. You know, those are the joints that were so popular when it comes to this particular album. Hey, my fair too. It's one of those underground / sort of like mainstream type shit, but it's really not mainstream because I remember back then, okay, maybe it's because of upbringing, hip hop yet in South Africa. It was really not that, out there. And remember in this space, hip hop to back then was really a crawling stage. So but if you look at history today, you can never go past and say, I don't know what is Optical ill when it comes to groups is that ever came out of South Africa in general when it comes to hip hop music. Yeah, man. So shout out to Amachita. I know most of them, they went their separate ways doing their own things, but it's still within the space to talk about them and say, but hey, contribution is acknowledged, and it's also inspirational. So much that today there's rap groups today that I'm pretty sure that they looked up to these dudes. So yeah, shout out to Optical Ill. So yeah, Optical Ill, like I do in most of our South African crews and organic groups, yeah, boy. I don't really I never get to know the numbers when it comes to record sales. But like I said, I mean, it's early 2000. It was really not, everybody was like overlooking hip hop because there was quite a competing on the side. So that can also, could have contributed to record sales there too when it comes to hip hop music when in South Africa. And the music distribution today is even better because we have streaming. You just stream music today. You don't really need to go and get a physical copy of a certain album. Everything is sort of digitized, so it's just at our disposal to get all, as opposed to when this movement. I'll have this dope ass album. You can still get it on the music streaming platforms, whether being Deezer, whether being Spotify, whether being iTunes, or even YouTube Music. Check it out. It's a dope album. I just had to share it with you about two tracks again. I mentioned Evergreen. I mentioned 100 Times the Mill, Logic, the MC. I'm talking about Move It Up, Keep It Moving. I'm talking You and Me. I'm talking just to mention a few. I'm talking Ultimate. It's a dope ass album. Affair to look it up. Like I said, it features the heavyweights, Zabs, Pro Rap, X-Rate, My Way Too, and I believe some DJC live scratches also. I picked it up there, and now I went and checked. But okay, who scratches and then live scratching. So shout out to C Live. So like I said, Affair too. These are gonna keep coming, whether it's in the car or whether it's at home, which is kind of scarce because of the situation here to Yomban and stuff. So, but it's not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop dropping the knowledge to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. If you feel hey, ICE is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Hey, you know what to do, man. There's a comment section below. Comment section. Say whatever you want to say, about this space. This is our space. This is a safe space, you say what you feel. I respond if need to. Remember, I'm also learning. I'm like everybody in this space, we're learning together. We're growing together. We're keeping this movement and keeping this knowledge, out there. But I'll leave you with this again. Check it out. Your Optical Illusion, the definitive, dropped in 2003 under Catalyst 5. It's your boy Black signing out with Fair 2. Keep the love and keep the movement going. And once again, I'm going to sign out and I'll see you again in the next 2 weeks. Peace, y'all.